All right, guys, how you doing? Today, that's it. I'm closing a chapter on something. Probably you've figured it out by now. It's a project that I started quite a while ago. I haven't posted much of it because I really tried to concentrate most of my time on it, and by video editing, it takes quite a bit of time to do it. So this is it. I'll let you figure out where I'm heading. Let's see you over there. I know, right? Much of explanation to do. Okay, so where do we start? I had the cabinet right here in the kitchen that I was doing for the washroom. Nothing of this was here. So obviously, an easy thing is, well, the furniture, the table furniture. Table was purchased on Marketplace, used. Again, microwave. I know there's a lot of question right here, but most of you probably have, figure it out. Nope, there's no electricity that comes to over here. I've priced it, and woo! Oh boy. So yeah, I'll get to it. And I got a propane oven. That's for sure. It was natural gas. Purchased a conversion kit, and I had an awesome technician that came and did the conversion. As well, this was to my surprise. It doesn't come with a gas valve with the unit itself. So you have to drop it to 13-inch water column, which is most of the unit that works at propane, and 3.5 per natural gas. But obviously, if you add natural gas, you got electricity at your place. Maybe I can pull it out. All right, so at first, I had a gas line going into that I roughed into the cabin when I was framing. And then I figured out that the fridge would come here. But I didn't do any research on this kind of model that I would need to drop it before going into the unit. So the unit come with a regulator that drops to 13-inch water column, just like your normal barbecue. But like I was saying, I didn't know. So I had another hose and another line that's coming on the outside, which I'll go later. And then I got the rag right here on the outside wall, and then I put a cover on it. Purchase a fitting to extend with another gas line, then go through the wall and silicone it, and then I got it. But I still wanted to have a plug just in case in the future, for somewhat reason, if I have more firepower for the place. So for the fridge, this is what it is. So this fridge is a 8 cubic feet, I think. It's just for the necessary, that's for sure. Purchased on Marketplace as well. Picked up 45 minutes from my place. It's brand new, but they never installed it. So no warranty, but saving the tax, I guess. That's basically it. So I was kind of anxious because I wasn't too sure if the fridge was working because they didn't plug it. They didn't have any warranty from the store anymore for if it was working. So I was a bit worried about that, but it works electrically with electrical, and it works with propane. So I've tested both. This is gold. All right, so for my sink, so what I did here is, so it's a manual system, kind of. It is a manual system. So you got one that's full of water and the other one for your waste. So I got an ABS pipe coming from that one and just coming to the other. Then drop the other into it. Then you got a foot pedal to pump it. So it's called Gorilla Tube. The tubing that I used was brand Gorilla Tube, so poly something. And I tried to figure out, I couldn't figure it out other than with black pipe. I thought about copper and have a fitting, but I didn't have anything. But this one in the kitchen, I really wanted to be able to swivel from one side to the other, right? So you put, like, if you want to clean your dishes here and then after drain it and rinse it here, or for some one reason you got dishes here and you want to clean your hands here. So that's why, well, HVAC taught, right? So that's why I use black pipe, then have the fitting in there. At first I had 1/2 inch, but I twisted my poly in there, and what a surprise. It was quite pressure coming out of there and impossible to push on the pedal. So I changed everything for 3/4 inch black pipe, and then this way it works. And at least with the flange I was able to stabilize this. Works really good. So to keep it a bit more simple on my electrical system, yeah, calm down, I'll get to it. So I purchased a, how do you call that again? A coffee percolator. So we'll see how that works. But really, can't wait. And that fan works perfectly to distribute my heat from the stove. That goes very good. Sometimes I plug the fan behind the stove. That works even better. But it's not a DC motor, so it kind of sucks a bit the battery in there. I tried it at first when I had the battery with the inverter plug-in. And I really wanted to see how much time I can get out of that battery. It's just a marine battery, nothing too fancy, and I didn't want to gamble too much in there, budget-wise as well. Well, we're kind of the end of the budget for this, so I really wanted to see, like, if what I can get out of with this type of system out of it. There's not much, like. Right, like only lights and fan that I want to run out of this. When you want to have the microwave, the toaster, or the automatic coffee drip machine, then you start up the generator outside, which I'll show you. So first is my inverter, which is only a Renogy 2000 watt. Like I was saying, like I just checked, and my fridge, I checked like how many amps that fridge, I think it was like 3 amps or something like that. But anyway, it's only going to be planned to be working on propane for a couple of years, I'm pretty sure. And all my lights are LED as well with DC motor. Even my bat fan is DC motor, and my ceiling fan as well is a DC. So I really wanted to up when I've seen that they had Renogy had this remote. I really thought about this setup right now. I was like, hey, I'll put it right here and then set my inverter right on top. So everything has been wired up there. Nobody can fool around with it. Now for the rest of the setup. So in the future, I really want to install a transfer switch right here. This is going to be way more easier and just be a thing of click click. Everybody's a big fan of click click, right? So this is my cabin wire, and obviously this receptacle goes to my inverter, and then I got my battery cables, which I purchased jumper cables, which was way cheaper than just purchasing the wire at the supplier. So cut the clamps, and that's it, inside and out, and that's it. Then so I got my receptacle, my battery, and then the other, probably I shouldn't have needed to run into liquid tight, but that is my ground. So buried a rod in there and then ground it. And where's the other one going? To my gas line, which required CSA with my license to bond the gas line, and that's what I did. So I got this battery, marine battery, and then I'm just plugged on it. And then as well, my other setup is I got a battery charger plugged to it and plugged to my generator. So I really wanted to have like right on top on the table, so easy access from the door. Just open the door, grab the cable, and then we're doing lunch, dinner, whatever, breakfast. Start that up. We can work with everything. And then once you're done, you turn it off, unplug it, plug it back, go back inside. Oh, I forgot. Turn off the inverter first before unplugging, and then plug it, and then whatever. But with a transfer switch, it's gonna be like switch, and that's it. So for the electricity setup, that's it. And I have this inverter is dual, so I was able to fix myself a line, and then I'll be able to plug it with it. Now I'm just finishing off my gasoline that I got left in there, and then I'll be able to plug my propane. So why do I got a television? Well, got kids too, so gotta entertain them meanwhile you're doing lunch, right? And keep updates on the news as well. It's made to disconnect, but that's it. Like, you gotta follow the rules of the cabin, right? It's like unplug, relax, and enjoy this moment, right? So as well for the room, yeah, we kind of not went all out, but it's just a room. You want to sleep. So later on, if I can get my hand on the dresser, that'd be nice. I can toss probably the bed a bit on that side, be able to put a dresser. I'll have a bit more room. But I got two little night table, even a dresser probably here. Got to keep my eye out on something. Then obviously I got the wardrobe in here. To come back to the kitchen just real quick, so for the fan, it's nice as well. Whoop. So for the light as well, got a little light. It's a LED as well. The fan, well, I couldn't quite figure it out, but like I say, you got a head here of HVAC, so just use tin, break it, bend it with the bender, then insulate the vent thing in there, and that's it. So now the only thing left to do is just kick back for 30 seconds and then get back to the next project. Let's go. I forgot to mention, but the battery, I was able to get probably 5 hours of lights and my ceiling fan working. So here's my gas line for my fridge. Then I got the reg. So I got a fitting right here to extend flare, female tread to pipe tread to flare to extend it. And then I got my reg right here. So homemade cover for sure. And then I got the other one that's going with a valve to isolate for my propane, my generator. And as well, I had like a piece of 636 venting for gas appliance. Then at first it was supposed to be a 2-inch, but I misguided my hole, and go figure. So now I just took a piece I had left of a job, 3-inch, and it's even better. So at least while the exhaust of my generator is going further from the cabin, because at first I could smell a bit the fumes inside. Now forget it. it stays on the outside. So obviously as well, I did a deck in the back and in the front. Why I did sides, because I wanted to protect my generator from the weather, as well the battery and the battery charger. What I would do different is probably in the future, well, the transfer switch going to be installed. I'm going to stain all that. And the battery, I will probably install it on the outside so I can protect the fumes from the acid of the battery to go in against my equipment. That's going to be probably in the near future. Hope you understood my mistakes. The good, the bad, I guess. Maybe a question some people will ask is, would you be ready to, would you do a second one? No. Not a second one. That's it. One is enough. For one reason. Been there, done that. But again, it's a lot of work to work those cedar logs. To do it, that's a lot of work. Really happy with what I got. What I would do to get a plus in there is probably I would need to insulate more my roof. Had a lot of heat loss over there. I only got like that foam board, that rigid foam board on top, which is like R10. So I'm pretty sure I got a good I got a lot of heat loss over there, that's for sure. So that's a near future as well. I want to install more foam board on the inside. I don't like that idea, but I need to do it because it will help my heat loss, that's for sure. For the walls, I do think that I got maybe R8. Conventional home back then was R12. It's not much, but that heat stove is supposed to heat up that place no problem. Compared to last year, there was a hell of a lot of humidity in there. That wood stove was like trying to kill all the humidity in there, and wasn't able to do it. This year it's much better, but to come back the next day or whatever to do some work, I had a major heat loss in there, and the only thought for now I could get to is thought about was the roof. Only R10. Like I assume maybe I had R12 with the pine board, but the pine board was so wet when we installed it. It was really dry, but the mistake that was done was not the pine board, but the cedar board was left outside in the weather, and we had snow, rain, and then the cedar was so dry it kind of sucked all the water in there, and once after, it was too late. I'm pretty sure you feel what I'm saying. So what I would do is again, so probably another $3,000 to put in the roof, but probably that's gonna be like a major game changer. And once at least that I do some heat it up in there, it's gonna help it to keep more heat. Other than that, probably I would have raised a bit more my the fill to have my cabin a bit higher. It's all right, but I would have liked maybe to have my slab show a bit more, and then as well, probably another project soon will be maybe do a stucco, have a stucco style on my on the foam for my slab that shows, and I could get all that gravel out of there, and at least, well, it'd be nice. That's closing the chapter for the cabin. Hopefully you liked it. You learned from it. I've learned. And I'll see you on the next project, that's for sure. See you there. Take care.